Hello, today I am going to cover basic data structure, that is arrays. But first we need to find why we need arrays. We will take an example. Let's say I need three readings of temperatures that are 1 hour apart. So let's say I need a reading at 7 a.m., at 8 a.m., at 9 a.m. So there is a variable T1, and let's say we have a API that will give us a temperature, get temperature. For 8 a.m., I have T2 and we have get temperature. So this will give us 8. And for 9, I have a variable T3, get temperature. Now, what if a user wants 24 hours reading? So I will be needing T1, T2 till T24. So there are like 24 variables I will be needing. And so I think now you start seeing like where the problem is. Let's say the user wants reading for 3 days. So I need 72 variables for that. So the question is there any better way to tackle this situation? Yes, definitely. For our rescue, we have arrays. What are arrays? Arrays are the collection of elements which are stored in a contiguous memory locations. For example, this is an array of 5 elements, and the first element is 4, second is 3, third is 6, fourth is ninth, and fifth element is 2. Now, the index of an array always start with a 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have total 5 elements, but the index will always start with 0. Another thing is like why index are important, because we are going to access each element through index only. So let's say if we have an array and I want to access the 0 element, it will give me 4. So this is how we are going to access the elements. One of the property of arrays, it's a fixed size once it is created. Now I will come to the next part. So we have one dimensional array. In short, we say 1D. We have two dimensional array, and we could have three and so on. So more than 1D, we call them as a multidimensional multidimensional array. So let's also take example of a 2D array, how it is going to look. So it look like a matrix. It's a 2D. These are rows and these are columns. Now, because we access everything with the index, so we need to understand how the index are there in a case of two dimension. So this is a row number 0, this is a row number 1, this is row number 2. Similarly, this is a column 0, 1, 2. So now the index of first element will be 0, comma 0. Second one is 0, comma 1. Third is 0, comma 2. Similarly, this will be 1, comma 0, 1, comma 1, and 1, comma 2. This will be 2, comma 0, 2, comma 1, 2, comma 2. So these are the indexes of a 2D array. Now we will see how we are going to declare array, initialize it, and how we access the elements of an array. So I will be showing you some code, and that is in Java, and I am using Visual Studio Code. So let's move to the Visual Studio now. So this is a sample array class, and let's see how we declare a array. So I will explain each part of this declaration. So this is an array which is of integer type. It is showing like it is an array. Name is id, and we are declaring an integer which can hold 5 integers. Now we use for loop to initialize this array. So for I equal to 0, I less than 3. So if you remember, the index always start with the 0 position. So for initializing, let's say we are going to multiply the index with 2 and to store the its element. Now how you will access these elements? So again with the index while, so I will use a print command here so that you can see how it goes. So system.print.ln. So I'm just formatting so that it looks better. So id ith element we have to access. Okay, close the loop. Now let's run this program. So if you see here, okay, so I have initialized just the 3 elements here and not 5. If you see the loop, it is going till 3. That's why we have only 3 elements which are initialized with 0. I is 1, 1 into 2 is 2, I is then 2, 2 into 2 is 4. What happened to the rest of the element? What do you think? Let's change the root so that it will run as a whole. Now, you see here, the rest of the 2 elements are initialized with the 0. So in Java, your elements are initialized with the 0 by default. So let's change the loop to 5 here and let's rerun. Now you see all are now double of their indexes. So the loop will run till I is less than 5, that is 4. So that's why the last element is 4 into 2, that is going to be the 8. Now let's take an example how we create a two-dimensional array. So similar to the one-dimensional, we just need for two-dimensional two brackets. I will say it a multi-dimensional array and again new int. So here I will give, let's say, 3 by 3 matrix here, so that in total we have 9 elements. So again we need to write a for loop. Copy from here. This will go till 3 because there are 3 rows, and we need another for loop for the column. So we need another one. It will be start with the J, J, J. Okay, so we are done with the loop part. Now let's see how we initialize. So this is similar to what we did for the 1D. So I would say I, J. So if you remember from the description, like I already discussed this, like how the indexes are, uh, what are the indexes for the two-dimensional array. So this part will be clear. So firstly, it will be 0, 0, both 0, 0. The next element will be the 0, 1 because j will be incremented. It's an inner loop, and j will be like 1, then 2. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. This is for the first row. So let's say I am going to initialize with the value I plus j. Now let's display the content. So you just need to follow the similar structure. I'm using the print statement from the 1D array. So you just need to put this in place of ID. Now let's run this program. You see, one thing I will put a statement, a new line here because all arrays are coming together. So this is our one-dimensional array which we earlier printed, and this is our the elements of the two-dimensional array. So 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So these are basically uh, comes from the sum of this I plus j. So this is how like you can initialize access these elements. So you are wondering like this is going to be the static array. So is there any way we can have a array that grows or shrink by itself? Is there any way? Yes, there is a wrapper class in Java, ArrayList. So we can have it, and like we can add uh, the elements one by one using the add function, and we can just remove the element on the go. So that is a dynamic array. I will create another video for that, and that's it for this time. Thank you so much.